28 nigga put me on TV, you know I'm shining.
Yo, what's going on, man? It's your boy 28, man. 28 put me on TV, you know I'm shining. But it's introduction. It's the start of my new podcast. I'm supposed to do a podcast for a long time. I felt like I got a lot of stuff that is in my mind and a lot of shit that I believe. I feel like a lot of people need to hear it. But not just that, it's just like after a while when you sitting in on so much information or knowledge or it's only right that you share. I feel like it's one of my God-given abilities, you feel me? I feel like it's probably one of my purposes on this earth to share the information I have or to help people understand where I be coming from. But I really wanted to talk about a lot of different topics, but it's this one specific topic that's been on my mind that really motivated me to actually start the podcast. So this is episode 1. Valentine's Day just passed by and I've been seeing a lot of dudes, they've been talking about, oh, don't trust these women ain't getting them gifts, and they've been talking really sour about love when it's like, I get it. You've been through whatever you've been through in your life, but love is love, man. If you loving a woman to get a gift back on Valentine's Day, you need to reevaluate yourself, bro. That's not what this about. And it's just every day on social media, you probably see some man, fuck these hoes and shit like that. But in reality, it's there's definitely a lot of room in our lives for love, and I don't like the way how our culture try to, the way how our culture does women for real, for real. Women is an integral part of society. Everybody came from a woman, and I don't think these young niggas really get it. I don't think they really get it. Love is important, and there's a lot of people that didn't have any love, and you see where they at. And there's a lot of places where there ain't no love at, like the grave. There ain't no love over there. There ain't no love in prison. And if you really evaluate life on a bigger scale, you're going to find out that love is more valuable than a lot of the things that you think is valuable. Like money. A lot of people like money, but at the root of it, you want to get money for what? To provide for your family. Why you want to provide for your family? Because you love your family. You don't want to see your family struggling. And I think a lot of these young niggas got the game messed up where they think it's money over everything, or they think women is just used for sex and there's no other greater purpose for women. But that type of thinking is the reason why these young niggas grow up the way how they grow up. Because when you think about it, imagine I'm a young nigga, I grow up, my mom a single mom, right? So I've probably seen her been mistreated by multiple dudes. And now I grow up with the same mentality that the hood teaches us. Fuck these hoes, you can't trust them, never love a woman, all that other bullshit. So now I grew up with this same mentality, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to fuck these hoes or have sex with women one time, few times, but don't really love them, just use them for their body, use them all up. Now, the woman get pregnant, you don't really like her, but you got a kid by her. So as a man, I suggest for a man to be with the woman that he really loves. So if you got a girl pregnant, you don't really love her, you're going to eventually start another family. What does that create? That creates more of the toxicness, more of the unhealthy unbalance. And it's a lot of the problems we have in life is because of these same teachings that the hood taught us. But if we being real, we old enough to realize that the hood ain't shit. And a lot of the things that we were taught was a lie. And we know that. So it's really up to us to break those curses. And those are real generational curses, man, of grown men not knowing how to love, grown men finessing, abusing women. And it's just I really realized on Valentine's Day, how many dudes I really seen post something negative about Valentine's Day. And I don't really care too much about the holiday itself or whatever itself, but every day should be Valentine's Day. Every day should be a day to love. Every day should be a day to show somebody you love them. You know what I'm saying? And it seemed like everybody attitude is the opposite. But I don't want to be the one to tell you, like, there's actual men out here that actually do love their woman. There's men out here that would do anything for their women. There's men out here that love, and love is real and love is powerful, you know? And I know it's a lot of women out there who probably discouraged. There's a lot of young men out there discouraged. But I want y'all to know that love is real, love is attainable. But first, you gotta love yourself. And you gotta love those around you. I mean, the perfect idea is to have a romantic relationship and be in love or have a wife or husband or whatever you want, but it all starts with just your environment. You just gotta fall in love with the little things in life, and then it's gonna all fall in place. And one thing that's very important though about love though, you can't really find love. I don't believe so. I think it finds you, and that's like on God's timing, you know. That's on God's timing when you really find someone that really truly makes you happy. And that's something that you can't go look for. That's not something that you can imitate. That's not something you could train. You can't train yourself to like somebody a lot. I mean, if you be with somebody a lot over a period of time, of course you're gonna like them, but you can't force yourself to love somebody. I don't think that's not the way how it works. I think you find somebody and then you realize after a while, like, damn, I really love this person, and it's really unexpected. But you know, social media and all these things really messes up a lot of people's brain, and it sends a lot of bad signals out there, a lot of negative frequencies when it comes related to love and things of that nature. And it's like, I wish we didn't live in this type of world. This world ugly for real. When you really think about it, it's real ugly, but I'm guessing that the only thing that could really make it better is love. You can have all the money in the world. You see rich people kill themselves. Rich people on drugs, people that don't have everything in the world. And at the end of the day, everything boiled down to love. Love for whatever. See, and love isn't only towards a romantic relationship. It's love for a lot of things. For a lot of things. You got love for sports. You got men who watch sports every day. They love sports. There's people who love their job. They go to job every day. I mean, they go to work every day. It's different things people have love for, but at the end of the day, that love, that immense feeling that is also followed by action, because I think a lot of people think love is just a feeling. Love is an action. If you love somebody, you show them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to make up no excuses for men not receiving gifts on Valentine's Day. Men want gifts too, but that's bullshit. On the grand surface of shit, like when you really look at what life is about and love and everything, like gifts is an action that shows, but it's a lot deeper than that, man. A man that loves his wife and his family gonna take care of his family, and if it came down to it, he put his life on the line for his family. That's love. Going to work every day, working 2 jobs so your family could be straight. That's love. And a lot of people have it misconstrued. Praying for someone, that's love. You know, it's a lot of different things, and I just don't like the fact how social media make people think that love is just about financial and gaining stuff, designer bags, trips to different places of the world. And when in reality, 90% of the people live and die inside their hometown, and they never travel outside of it. You feel me? So it's like, social media have people head fucked up, man, but love is different, man. It's actual men out here that want to love. I know women are getting tired out here, but there's men out here that will love you for real, show you the real love. show you what it's like, change your perspective on everything. There's somebody out there that has a fire burning inside of them. They ready to love the fuck out of you, but you can't let your perspective or your past experiences stop you from meeting that person. And I think that's the problem with a lot of men too. They let their past experiences with women dictate their future experiences, which is actually a weak characteristic of not being able to differentiate the two different types of women. Because I'm not going to make it seem like all women are good. Same thing with men. All men are good. But you just got to be able to be the one to differentiate whether someone's genuine or not. And that's actually a sign of trauma and being toxic. And people don't care. They want to continue that trend. They think it's cool making subliminal posts about each other, quotes on social media. Like, don't live up to these quotes on social media, man. These people that create these quotes, they don't care. When you log off of social media, nobody care, man. And I think that a lot of us live by that social media shit when it's just like, it's all fake, man. All that stuff fake. And love is bigger than what you really think. For real. And it's more important. And you got to really think about it like, why would we be the ones who are so hurt? Like, a lot of men are hurt. They try to be in love, or they have women they love that hurt them. And why would you want to be the one to continue that cycle instead of be the one that break that cycle, you know? And it's not easy, but somebody got to be the one to do it. Somebody got to be the one to say, like, yo, love is real. There's actual men that won't cheat. There's actual men that only have eyes for only one woman, their woman. There's men out there who want to do anything it takes to please their woman. This is real. This isn't fake. This is real. But we're going to let social media and the quotes or pictures or videos people post or looking at other people's situation, comparing it to yours, distract your mind, when in reality, that's not what it is, bro. That's not what it is. And for all the young men out there, there ain't nothing wrong with loving a woman, you know? And I get it. A lot of y'all didn't see that. A lot of y'all didn't see a man loving your mom or your mom loving a man that loved her back. But it's real. That don't mean it's not real. You know? And you don't want to be the one to continue the cycle of broken homes and broken hearts and living a life of misery, you know, starting families and destroying families. You don't want to be that person to continue that cycle. You want to add to the greater good of this world. And at the end of the day, after you have a family and your wife and everything, what more do you really got? After you have that, what more do you really have on this earth? It's not really much. Like, the world is big. There's a lot of things on this world, but it's not that hard, bro. I mean, it's not really that much under the sun, for real, when you really think about it. So what I'm saying is, to all the young men out there, don't be afraid to love. Love with your whole heart. That's manly. It's cowardly to finesse women to use their body. And that's it. That's pretty cowardly. And I know people probably look at the messenger and be like, who the hell is to be saying this? But I'm just saying the blood honest truth. Like, it gets to a point when you really find somebody that you really like or that you really love, and you realize, like, yo, all the other prior relationships I was in was all bullshit. It was all fake. It wasn't what it really is. This is the real one. When you get to that point, that's when you know, like, yo, love is real. And that strong feeling inside is a lot, but you don't want to be the one to lose the person that you really love because you couldn't grasp the concept correctly, because you was doing it cowardly. You know, you was not being man enough to love 100%. And the same thing goes for women. Some women don't love 100%. Some women think all men are the same. All men aren't the same. There is a man out there that will love you, take care of you, protect you, and do whatever it takes for you. And when a man really love you, you ain't got to worry about him trying to... when a man really love you, you don't got to worry about him willingly, or when a man really love you, he's going to do for you without no questions asked. You ain't got to ask him. He going to do it. And if he can't do it, it's going to hurt him. You probably don't see it. But if somebody that really love you see you going through something and they're unable to help you, they're going to hurt with you. And I know a lot of women on social media be like, oh, I can't be with a man he can't do for me. If he don't want to do for you, he don't love you. And I understand that you don't love someone overnight, but at some point, you'll get to see it. And if you continue to live by these quotes or these things on social media, you probably ain't gonna never see it. You probably gonna live a life of loneliness and be unhappy. And I know I watched a lot of videos on social media and I learned a lot of things in my own life personally, but I could tell you a lot of the things that men do out here in this world is for women. As much as men try to hide it or be sophisticated about it, most of the things men do out here is for women. If we just being honest. And that's just the truth. There's no escaping that, man. Men always want to impress women because of that compatibility. And compatibility is very important. And I'm not no relationship advice guru. I'm just a man that's in tune with himself. Like, I want love for myself. I want to be able to love my woman. I want to be able to only have eyes for my woman. I want to be able to protect my woman, provide for my woman and my family. Because my wife, my girl, that's the start of the family. Once you find your girl, that's the start of the family. So that's the start of the foundation. But as a man, you got to have your foundation together first. But life is unexpected. Ain't nothing going to be perfect the way how you want it to be. And I think, like, a lot of people think, like, oh, I'm going to get my life together and then I'm worried about love later on the back end. You going to worry about love when you're 40? Like, that's untrue. What, you gonna go through everything in life by yourself? And what if you don't even live to see 40? What if you die next year and you could have found somebody to love this year? And I know a lot of people be like, they love one time, they could never love again. But I want you to think about this, right? How many people out there was like 17, 16, they fell in love and then they got married. And then they live with that person all the way up until they pass away. That's success, right? They found their one true love. They lived a happy life, created a family, everything. But also, I want you to think about this. How many people out there experience more than one true love? That's some success, too. When you think about it, love is love. So imagine if I was a young dude. I was with a girl from I was 17 till I was 27. I had 10 years of loving this person. And, you know, things didn't work out. And then another 10 years pass by, and I spend another 10 years with somebody else who I love a lot. That's some success to it, finding 2, 3 true loves in life. And I think a lot of people be trying to find the one when life is like you learn as you go. There ain't no rule book to this shit. There ain't no rule book to life. You just do what you do. And even me, I could say all I want. My best advice is for you to follow your own advice. You get what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, I don't want all these young dudes out here to be confused or to feel like they shouldn't love women or they shouldn't trust women or None of that, because life is really too short to be out here trying to be so cautious and trying to move all smart and calculated when it's just like you can't calculate nothing in this world. This world is not about what you do, it's about how you react to what it do to you. Like, that's what it's all about, man. You know, and it's kind of sad, for real, when you really think about it. Like, people be scared to love, man. They be scared to love. You really shouldn't be scared to love, man. Love is a great feeling. There's no other feeling that could compare to it. And it's different when you look at your wife, your girlfriend, your spouse, and you see them as the most beautiful person in the world and nobody can replace them, and you just want to be with them all day. You spend a lot of amount of time with them. You want to do whatever it takes to make them smile, go through any extent to make them happy. And the love is selfless. It's not really something that is for you. And I think that's another misconception of it. Like, you know what? I want to be in love because you want the feeling. You want the feeling of the love feeling or somebody showing you love, but love is selfless. Love isn't just receiving. Love is about both. But I would say love is more about giving. Like a mother's love. Your mom or a regular parent may take care of their child for years before their child is ever to repay them back, if they're able to repay them back. But that's real love. Your parents constantly giving. And they don't receive much for it. There's no way you could ever pay back your mom or your dad because they kept on giving. That's real love. And I don't want to be the one to continue into that cycle of pointless conversation about derogatory shit about women. Like, it's 2023. We need to start telling each other the truth. For real. Yes, there's women you can't trust. Yes, some women aren't wholesome women, but to each his own. You gotta find that out for yourself. But don't be so scared that you don't never find your own true love. Because I guarantee you this, all of the dudes on social media posting all this stupid stuff about women have that one girl they talk to that they really like a lot, that they plan on having a future with, but they not gonna say it though. Or some people want to love so much they'll attach themselves to somebody who they know isn't good because they want to love so much. So they'll attach themselves to somebody who they know isn't good, hoping they'll change. And these are the people posting all the bullshit on social media. These are the people giving you relationship advice. So I feel like, personally, like, it's not about like being perfect, having a perfect rap sheet. Like, when I was a kid, I used to think like, you know what, I ain't gonna never date a hoe, I ain't gonna never go through that stuff, I ain't gonna trust no females, If I get a wife, I'm gonna know she gonna be good. If I make a girl my girlfriend, I know she gonna be good. But in reality, for me, the girl that taught me the most, that I loved the most, wasn't the best for me. And the girls that were, they taught me that, yeah, some girls are good people. They may be smart, headed inside the right direction in life, but that don't mean you love them. Because you can't really control who you have that immense feeling and emotion for. You can't control that. The only thing you can control is what you do once you realize you have that strong feeling for that person. Not to say that if someone's wrong and you're attached to them and they have certain behavioral patterns that you don't like, for you to still be with them. What I'm saying is, don't miss out on a person you love because of social media. Don't miss out on a person you love because of what other people may say. Do what's best for you. Everybody's journey's different. And I don't like the spread of negative information or false information. That isn't cool, man. It's really not cool. It's really lame when you really think about it. A bunch of dudes on social media, or it's vice versa too, it's women too. A lot of women talk nasty about men, but we all know deep down that everybody wants to be in love and wants to be happy. So if that's what you truly want to be, then be that person first. Don't be the person to love second. Be the person to love first. Extend the arm first. You never know what could happen. It could change your life. And another point I would like to make is, if you look at all the successful men, not all, but majority of these successful men, they all have something in common. They all married. When you think about it, a lot of successful men is married, because once you get that chapter X'd off, you ain't got to worry about being unstable mentally, going through heartbreaks if you have this one person you love. There's a lot of dudes out here who's mentally unstable because of women. Same thing with women. There's a lot of women mentally unstable because of men, but it is life. But yeah, basically, that's basically it. I just really wanted to talk about like love. Like, let's all love each other, man. Every day is a day to love. Don't let no holiday like Valentine's Day make you feel like that's a day where you gotta prove your love. And if you want to show love on holidays like that, there's nothing wrong with that. But every day is a day to love. Every day is a day to love. Love, 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 love. That's it. That's the key. And a lot of things that happen in this world is centered around love. And regardless of how you may view it, love is the reason why a lot of things function still to this day. And this world that we live in, love is the only thing that makes it make sense. This world is a really cruel world. And love is the only thing that make it make sense. No matter how much financial gain you may get, love is worth more. Because if you don't have somebody you can enjoy it with, what's the point of having it? So, with that being said, thank you guys for joining and watching this far inside my new podcast. I don't know how frequent I'm gonna be uploading episodes, but I do know whenever I feel like there's a need for me to say something, I'm gonna talk about it. But my podcast is not going to be about relationships and stuff like that. I'm gonna have different topics every day. It might be about politics one day, something else the next day. But I just felt like that was on my heart. Like I had to share that because I felt like, I feel like us as a people going inside the wrong direction, and I want to be a part of a cultural shift. But thank you guys for joining.